Every organ in your body has a plumbing system. It's called the lymphatic system. It's a network of vessels that carries away metabolic waste, dead cells, and toxins. It's why you don't swell up like a balloon. But for over a century, biology had a massive missing link. The most metabolically active organ in your body, the brain, didn't have any lymphatic vessels. The brain consumes 20% of your body's energy, yet it seemingly had no way to take out the trash. For decades, we thought the brain just recycled its own waste or let it diffuse slowly. We were wrong. In 2012, a team of researchers discovered that your brain doesn't just rest while you sleep. It literally shrinks to allow a high-pressure cleaning system to wash your neurons in fluid. Welcome to the discovery of the glymphatic system. Meet Dr. Nedergaard. In 2012, at the University of Rochester Medical Center, she and her team, including Dr. Jeffrey Iliff, coined a new term, glymphatic. The name is a portmanteau of glial cells, the brain's support cells, and the lymphatic system. How does the brain clear out amyloid beta? That's the toxic protein that clumps together to form plaques in the brains of Alzheimer's patients. To see this in action, the team used a cutting-edge technique called two-photon microscopy. They injected fluorescent tracers into the cerebrospinal fluid of living mice. They watched in real time as the fluid didn't just sit around the brain, it was being pumped. It moved along the outside of blood vessels through tunnels formed by astrocytes, a type of glial cell. These cells have specialized water channels called aquaporin 4. Think of these as the faucets that allow fluid to flood the brain tissue, picking up metabolic trash along the way. The real aha moment came a year later in 2013. Dr. Nedergaard's team, led by researcher Lulu Shi, published a landmark study in the journal Science. They compared the brains of mice in 3 states: awake, naturally asleep, and under anesthesia. The findings were staggering. During sleep, the space between brain cells, the interstitial space, increased by a massive 60%. Because the cells shrank and created more room, the flow of cerebrospinal fluid increased dramatically. The result? Amyloid beta was cleared twice as fast in sleeping mice than in awake ones. When you are awake, your brain is focused on processing information. It's on. The cells are packed tight. But the moment you hit deep sleep, the brain switches modes from function to maintenance. So what happens if you pull an all-nighter? Or worse, if you consistently get only 4 or 5 hours of sleep? You are essentially skipping trash day. Human studies have since backed this up. A 2018 study led by Dr. Nora Volkow at the NIH used PET scans on humans. They found that even one single night of sleep deprivation led to a significant increase in amyloid beta in the thalamus and hippocampus, the regions associated with memory. The test: 20 healthy adult participants. Condition: 1 night of normal sleep versus 1 night of total sleep deprivation. Result: the sleep-deprived brains showed a 5% increase in toxic protein buildup in just 24 hours. Chronic lack of sleep doesn't just make you tired, it makes your brain dirty. Over decades, this buildup of metabolic waste is a leading hypothesis for the onset of neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. This is why brain fog feels so heavy. It's literal. Your neurons are swimming in the metabolic byproducts of yesterday's thoughts. When you feel slow after a bad night's sleep, you aren't just imagining it. Your brain is struggling to fire signals through a swamp of uncleared waste. The pressure wash requirements: it has to be deep sleep. The glymphatic system is most active during the non-REM slow wave stages. Positioning matters. Interestingly, recent research suggests that sleeping on your side might be the most efficient position for glymphatic clearance compared to sleeping on your back or stomach. We live in a world that treats sleep as a luxury or a sign of weakness, but the biology tells a different story. Sleep isn't an idle state. It is a period of intense, microscopic activity. It is the time your brain chooses to preserve itself, to wash away the day, and to prepare for the tomorrow. Next time you think about staying up for that extra hour of work, remember, your brain's cleaning crew is waiting for you to clock out. Don't leave the trash inside.